Hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new start. We are going to go through bows only on this one. It's been quite a while since I've streamed or made a video, so this is kind of just a test to see how it goes. Let's go ahead and get started. I am going to play as a male. Don't really have a preference which one. Not the snow outfit though, because today we are starting in Park Fernando. I have not played this map, so this will be a learning experience for me as well. I've only put about 6 hours into this game total, just kind of learning the basics. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Escúchame. Welcome to Parque Fernando. We'll keep this brief before my nieces pendejitos act up again. Oye, deja esto. Si la insultaste, debes pedirle disculpas. No me mandé excusas. Okay, down to business. You came highly recommended as the warden to turn this slice of wild Patagonia into a world-class hunting reserve. Naturally, I expect you to hit the ground running, even though this is your first time here.
So, welcome to Park
Stretch your legs
Fernando.
out. I'll start you off with some routine responsibilities. You can do this in any order. I don't care as long as you do the jobs well. I try not to micromanage. Well, not too much.
So, to start out with your inventory, you get a pretty basic setup. You get a .243 caliber rifle, Ranger. You get a .357 handgun and a 12 gauge shotgun. Obviously, we cannot use any of these. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to try and find a outpost so we can swap things out.
Then bring them up a little more.
So it looks like it wants us to go here first.
You can harvest some game for the construction crew building our central lodge. I like to keep the people who work for me fed and fed well. It helps them stay loyal. Our chef can prepare anything but a puma. See what you can find in the area. I'll chime in to help if you need it.
Every time you start a new map, you get quite a bit of dialogue there at the beginning. There are some story missions with each map. It makes it quite interesting if you want to play through those, or you can just do your own thing. It's not a requirement. However, doing the story missions does help you get money quicker. There is a mule deer about 100 to 130 meters that way. Unfortunately, since I do not have a bow yet, I cannot do anything about that. And you do have some tracks here. So the nice thing about this game is you do level up as you kill animals. The better the shots, the bit rarer the animals.
Don't get me wrong, you are welcome to run free here. It's just unorthodox to hear a hunter crashing through the brush instead of taking a slow and stealthy approach.
As I was saying, you do level up. The better the animal, the more rare. The more experience points and money you get to buy better weapons and ammo. You also get perk points, and you get some skills as well. These will make it easier to track animals, which is something that's going to be very hard for us to do at the beginning, because we have to get very close to the animals. Bow hunting range is usually 30 to 50 meters.
This place is my pride and joy, and you can see why. I name it for my husband, Fernando. May he rest in peace. Before he died, I made him a promise that this reserve, with all its abundance, would host the world's most elite hunters and feed the communities around it. Time to keep that promise.
As you can see, the maps are quite large.
I've been hunting here since my husband bought the place all the way back in 1979.
I forgot just how much dialogue there was in these games.
I was a two-time back-to-back national champion in the 50-meter rifle. mastery positions. I know guns. I know games. And my park nourishes the biggest, most exquisite free-range stacks you'll ever hunt. World records are set here. Some of them belong to me. If you're as good as I'm paying you to be, maybe you'll set some records yourself. But let's not cut this torta before it's baked. We've got a lodge to build, outposts to open, wilderness to explore. And if you see anything strange along the way, come straight to me and me alone. Loyalty is very, very important to me. My park is a paradise, but sometimes the disloyal people who work here have mala leche. You know, tough luck. Hear that? Time for esposas y jefas. Telenovelas are my only vice. Simona's going to find out the identity of her biological father. Is it Gaston or Facundo? It better be Facundo.
We have a puma.
Gaston and his lies can be trusted. No. Che, novice hunters think expensive camouflage gear is all the cover they need. Pelotudos. When I hunt, I use the bushes, the leaves, and the grass to conceal my presence. And I set records. Now, that's one task finished. 2 more to go.
This is the most audio I've heard on any one of these maps. This one has quite a lot of voice acting in it.
The right color can make the difference between
Can't even get a sentence
and
out.
a missed opportunity. If you find fresh tracks, make 1 or 2 calls. Then wait and listen. The animal you are tracking might walk right up to your position. Or if you spot an animal at a distance, a call can reposition them for a better shot, or lure them into optimal range.
So this is great to see here. These right here is a nesting site. It's what's known as a need zone. That means the animals do go here between the times listed on the top right of the screen. So in this case, 0300 and 0600. That means that if you were to, say, set up a blind or a tree stand nearby here and get in it prior to those times, the deer should walk up and start resting in that area, giving you a good shot. To start off, we're going to be doing a lot of things like that simply because we do not have the skills necessary to creep very well, especially up onto higher level creatures. It will definitely make a big difference on a bow hunting challenge like this. Not the best at bows. I've used them a couple of times. Again, I've put about 6 hours into this game.
Everything you need should be there. Set up the place. Every outpost in the reserve is a home away from home for our hunters. Once you set up an outpost, you are welcome to sleep in the cabin for a small fee or resupply from the depot locker.
Hello, HDH. Glad you can watch. This is the start of hopefully a regular stream. I hope to be doing at least a couple hours a day. I do work a lot, so it is dependent on my work schedule.
Finish so quickly. Maybe I like already. Che.
Alright, so I do have some of the quite a few of the DLCs actually already downloaded. So for now, I am going to be starting with one of the free bows that you get. Most of the rest of the game, I will not be using any of the free items, only items that I purchase myself. Yes, this is a fresh start. I've put a few hours into the game previously, just kind of getting the feel for it, but I really like the bow hunting, and I wanted to kind of go through. So, some of the free stuff that I get are like these crossbows and stuff like that. I will not be using those until I've purchased the bows that I have to unlock and buy. To start, I'm going to start with just a basic recurve bow here, or longbow, apologies. I really like the look of the ash one, so we'll go ahead and pick that one up. And I don't have any money yet, so I cannot even get any arrows. This is going to make this interesting. Let's see. I guess that ruins the start of the bows only, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and get a couple of kills with the rifle to start. 223 is a great little gun. I should have plenty of ammo ready to go. And I got my... I want to pick up an axis deer since we do have axis deer on this map. This will work well for the whitetail, as will that. I just got a bunch of the DLC, so some of this stuff I have yet to see. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up a blind here. Let's go ahead and go for this one. That way I can set it back up in that feeding area back there. And hopefully we can track down some deer pretty soon here. I'm probably going to head over to this lake and get that after this feeding area. That way we can try to catch an animal or two during their drinking phase. Should make getting a kill a lot easier. That's good to hear. It's a great game. I've actually had it for a couple of years. I played it like 2 years ago for a little while. Kind of forgot I had it and moved on to other games. I stopped playing video games for a while. Just got busy with life. Got back into it recently and was like, you know what? I haven't streamed in like 7 years, so I might as well get started. I finally have a decent setup. Something that will let me... do video as well as pretty good audio. So since bow range isn't very far, I don't want to set too far up from here, but with this nesting site you can see where they like to lay down, and some elevation would be nice. So let's go ahead and open up our inventory and grab one of our blinds here. And we're going to set this up right up here on the top of this hill over by this tree. Go ahead and go back to our inventory and take that off the wheel. Let's get we got our scent eliminator, we got our jackrabbit, our roe deer, which we don't need the roe deer right now. Mostly we're dealing with axis deer, whitetail, and mule deer in this area. Nice thing is with these tents, I get them with the with the tent DLC. This will allow me to get those early bow kills a lot easier before I get things like I don't remember the name of the perks off the top of my head, but there are some perks that will allow you to reduce the amount of noise you make, amount of visibility. But those are great as well because the bow already doesn't do any sound to startle animals, so you're more likely to get multiple animals with the hunt. And that blind lowers your hunting pressure as well, meaning you can kill more animals in an area before they start to avoid the area. Thought I saw something down here. In case you didn't know, HDH, you can safely run up towards a lake till about 200 meters. You really want to make sure that you're checking the area ahead of you for animals before you start running. They'll start hearing you about 200, 190 meters out. Once you get there, you want to switch to walk. Anything past like 150, you want to be crouched from what I've figured out. Which is, again, really important when you're doing those bow hunts. I will be posting these videos on my YouTube channel as well. Eventually I'll do edits where I cut out a lot of this wandering around and unlocking stuff and just focus more on the interesting animals and stuff like that. But that's going to be probably a few weeks in the future before I have enough to make it worthwhile. Whenever you're coming up to a hill, you want to be careful, go slow. You never know when there's going to be an animal right over the hill. And always be ready to switch to that firearm if you need to. There's a puma that way. I could go after it, but part of the mission says that I'm doing currently says any animal except for the puma. That will make this a little bit more interesting. Alright, so we're about 140 meters out here. Let's start looking. So that's the starting point over there, which means there might not be much around here. Might have to go to the far side of the lake or to this lake over here. I've seen deer and such render out like 400 plus yards.
There is so much you can learn about an animal just by watching them. But in our terrain,
so we got a few red deer here.
Your binoculars are your best friend when you are
and we
looking
got
for
a
the
nice
game.
looking buck right there, which is a level 6. That is awesome. I don't remember what the max level for these are off the top of my head, but I do want to check what my rifle will do real quick. So I have soft points. Let's see. I think these go up to a high enough level to take those down, but we will find out. So since they're visible, I'm going to crouch down here a bit. These are... So when you start out, your gun is automatically 0 to 150 yards for your base guns. That means this is kind of the ideal range that you want to get going. Right now I'm about 110 to 150. If you want to figure out exactly how far you are, you can drop a waypoint on top of the animal there. Trying to get it more centered, but that works. So I'm about 130 yards out, which means I need to aim a little bit up below
I have to teach you how to
where I want to hit.
Light on your resume, and you are fired.
So let's get a nice stable, wait for my heartbeat to settle down.
I'm not going to tell you how to shoot, but if you want to hit your target every time, breath control is as important as sighting.
He's nice and calm.
Don't have to take my word for it. I'm only a 2-time back-to-back national champion.
I think I messed that up.
Animals have ears too, viste? Noise is scary. If you are closing distance on an animal, take it slow. If they see you or hear you, stop moving
Did I drop it?
for them to relax.
One way to tell if you dropped it is if purple forms here, your hunting pressure forms up. That will let you know that it is down. I do not think I... Did I even hit it? Is the question. Oh, let's go find out. Definitely hasn't dropped. I don't think I got that shot, so I'm going to have to go look for another animal. I think those are a little bit out of my class range for this gun anyways. We will find out though. We do have some red deer across the way though as well. So we can take a pot shot at those once we get a little bit closer here. Let's see. Running. I don't see any blood. Might have to go for a doe here. Just because they're a little bit easier to kill. Yeah, I think I whiffed that. Well, that's not the greatest start to the video, but it is all part of the game. Alright, 130 to 200 meters. Let's find out exactly how far out we are. About 164. Let's get a little bit closer. Used to having a follow-up shot there. That one's a little bit... Ooh, that one's at a nice broadside. That is exactly what I'm looking for.
Blood is always good to see, depending on how much you see.
So it's definitely
If you're tracking
hit.
an animal with a flesh wound or otherwise non-vital hit, they may not bleed out, and you'll need to set up for a second shot. Vital wounds, of course, will eventually bleed out the animal. If your aim is true, but you still aren't getting vital hits, try a higher class of weapon.
Let's see what kind of deer those are over there. Some more red deer. So it sounds like red deer, yep, are 0600 to 010. And we got the kill. Sweet. So that purple, we got the kill. So we can go ahead and go to our waypoint over there, and we should start finding. I'm going to take a shot at these ones over here as well, since they are available. Let's go for that buck right there. That second shot was a long shot, but it was worth a try to finish it off. And we'll see if we get some more hunting pressure in a second. Let's go ahead and start. We'll move in that direction to go collect that other kill. One of the DLCs I recommend if you're playing on PC is that you get the quad. It's $3.99. There are some bugs with it occasionally. Mainly you have to worry about occasionally it'll bug out so where you can't use weapons and stuff once you climb off of it, which is a little bit annoying, but for exploration it is amazing if you're not planning on actually going for a hunt. Just going from outpost to outpost, unlocking the map, it is highly recommended. If you're on console, it automatically comes with the game, which is a nice little feature. Got some of those red deer over here. The first thing I like to upgrade when I do my perks and such, don't think, maybe. I might have gotten that other kill too. Yeah, it looks like I got another pressure. So I did get the buck, which will be a nice boost. I was not sure if that was going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and place a waypoint towards the middle of that there. Oh, hello. Don't have a good shot. Now that on the other hand. I miss having quick follow-up shots. So I just started a fresh start specifically for this playthrough. So the one I shot earlier was on the edge of the water. You want to be careful that you don't kill more than 3 in any given area, because that will remove the need points, which will make it obviously harder to find deer in the future. And we got a hit. Vital organ hit. Nice. So that is our buck there. Let's see, which way did he run? I think he ran this way. Gives you a nice little cone. If you hit tab, you can also see it on your mini map there. A little bit further out, but there we go. Low bleed rate, so we might be chasing this for a little while. But we did get a vital organ. Oh, we got another one. That was the non-vital. Okay. That was the second one I shot at, so I did hit that running shot too on that second deer. Now that I lost my blood splatter. Problem is, there's so many tracks around here. Not sure which ones are which. Let's see over here. Where did that blood splatter go? Oh, there it is. Cool. This way. This way. Eventually you do get bonuses to your tracking, which will help you a lot with finding where the tracks lead to. There we go. As well as make it easier to actually spot the animals. One of the things I really like about bow hunting is you can get the tracer arrows, which have LEDs that glow. Especially in low light conditions, it makes it really useful for finding bodies and such. Because it gives you a nice bright red light to look for. There we go. And that is a mule deer up ahead somewhere. That is a close mule deer. Pretty sure I scared it off. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's a rock. I am blind. It's the right direction, though. And that is a puma. So this looks like another need zone. It is probably a feed zone. And there's the body. Let's take a look at our first buck of the game. We got, right, we did use the right ammo, perfect. We hit a vital organ. We shot it 2 times or less. Total cash amount is 1,013, level 6. So go ahead and inspect that. We can look through and see. It looks like this one we only hit once. It was a pretty decent shot to the left lung. If I'd had a little bit of a better angle, I might have been able to get the heart as well. But you can see with these soft points, they don't penetrate very well, which is part of why it took him so long to die. Silver rating, not the best, but not far off of gold, honestly. So we will go ahead and save this one just for the fun of it. And as our first kill, and accept.
That will do. Our chef is a master.
So let's go ahead and head towards our next deer, which we killed, which should be around here for the tracking. Once we get that, we should hopefully have enough to pick up some arrows for our bow and get to hunting.
If we want to host elite world-class hunters, we need to be the elite example.
And we leveled up as well.
Awesome.
So let's go ahead, and we got one skill point. You have 2 branches. You have Stalker, which helps with your tracking, as well as Endurance, makes it harder for you to be seen, things like that. So this is a really important tree. However, because I'm bow hunting, first thing I want to get is the Scent Tinker, because it raises the amount, but it also leads us to our spotting knowledge, which is going to help a lot once we're able to pick that up. That will make it much more easy to determine sizes of the animals, distance to the animals, things like that. Spotting knowledge will help a lot with finding those gold and diamond creatures, which is huge for getting further in this game. I just love how beautiful this map is. I can literally spend hours just looking at the scenery. Haven't played this map before. I have played Yukon quite a bit. That's where I spent most of my time. Yukon and Lake Country. Or Layton, sorry. I do enjoy those maps as well. However, I wanted to do something that I hadn't played yet before, just to try and see how it goes with the bow hunting out here. I haven't hunted axis deer at all. I know mule deer are pretty skittish. Red deer, obviously, they aren't too bad, honestly. I was able to get a shot off, and one group ran, but the other group stayed behind. So once I find this last deer over here, and here's the blood. We got vital organ hit. Alright, now we just need to find out where those tracks go. This way. Vital organ hit. Trot this way. This way. Let's see, which way did you run? Seeing if I can find some more. Another puma out that way. 110 meters.
Do you say axis deer or chital? I say axis deer, so from now on, you do too. These beauties were introduced to Patagonia about a century ago. Like everything else, they thrive
Might have
here,
lost this
turning
one.
out world-class packs. They like to wander in single file, so don't be surprised if tracking
This
one
way.
leads you to an entire queue.
Kind of ran all over. Need zone. Just looking to see if I can find some more blood splatter somewhere. Pretty sure it ran off this way. I think I took too long to get here and some of the blood went away. That's disappointing. Ah, here's some more tracks. Are they going the right way? Yes, they are. Cool. And here's the blood trail. We are back on track. Low bleed rate. Pretty standard for this gun to start. Once we get the bow, those broadheads do quite a decent amount of damage and bleed. So it's easier to one shot. I learned how to approach the animals on my last little test run. I got pretty good at one-shotting, even like bison and stuff. There's the deer. Sweet. Let's take a look and see what we got here. No trophy rating, obviously, because it is a female. However, it did net us 896 cash with another right lung shot. Did we hit this one more than once? We did not. And again, beautiful little deer. So we will go ahead, don't show this
I
again.
don't care how skilled someone thinks they are. Growth and improvement are lifetime commitments. Experience beats raw talent.
So we are going to go ahead, kill this waypoint. It is 0900, which is almost past the time for the red deer to be drinking. I'm going to give this place a little time to rest. I'm going to fast travel back to our outpost over here. This will let me pick up those arrows.
But the lodge crew sent their gratitude for that game you harvested. They can't wait to barbecue it. And hello, it looks like you've reached the lodge.
And we can finally get those
We still have a lot
arrows.
of work to do here.
So since we're using the recurve, we need to do the traditional. The chase arrows are more expensive. I don't really care about it too much for these small game. These are the 1 to 3 arrows. However, our 4 to 7 arrows are going to be highly important. We can afford about 20 of those. And let's grab some small game arrows just in case we run into some birds or something along those lines. We can kill those 1 to 3s. So let's buy a few of those as well. Go ahead and go to our storage, and from here on out, no more firearms. So I can still carry quite a bit of stuff. Let's see. Is there anything here that I need? We still have one more blind in here, and we are going to go ahead and grab a tent as well. That way, next time we are somewhere a little ways, we can set up. Now, if we remember correctly, our feed time was 03 to 06. So, that being said, let's see. I have to visit the archery range real quick. Maybe I'll get some more money. Get our bow out. And let's use these cheaper arrows for now. If you've ever used a bow in real life, you know that recurve and such is quite challenging.
Start by having a look inside the hunting blind and the hunting tower. To the left, if you are facing the range. These are the same models you'll be installing throughout the reserve.
Alright, let's go for this nice little deer. So that was a quick fire. I don't like to use that. So we'll go ahead and aim here. A little high there. Let's try again. Almost bullseye. That would have been a beautiful shot. Let's go for Mr. Coyote. Pretty good shot there. And let's see how far out we can go. Let's go for him. That was a total miss, I believe. Let's try aiming a little higher, maybe. Nope. A little lower. I can't even see where my arrows are going. Let's try aiming even higher. So this is why you want to be about 50 to 30 to 50 kind of at the max. See that? I can hit that. That's 40 meters right there. But that 70 is a little hard to hit. What about this one out here? 60, I hit it, but a little low. That one went wild. Let's get my heart rate back up here. Take out this duck. Shooting high there. That is a hard target to hit. Let's see if I can get that one again now. Didn't even register so far out. Alright, so again, a little low, maybe up there. Alright, so that would be a decent shot. So 60 is a little hard to hit. That's doable. That's a lot easier. Obviously, that's pretty easy. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. We are going to set up for the deer over there. Get our bow ready to roll. And we are going to set our time to right at 0300. It usually takes them a little bit of time to actually move over there. We will use our scent blocker and very carefully get over to our hunting blind in there. Use a couple of mating calls and see if we can't get them to come on over and say hi.
If you're tired, hurting, or waiting for a certain time to hunt, get some sleep.
Alright,
The world
so
will
let's
still be here when you wake
go
up.
0300
Champions like me get 8 hours and no
exact.
less every night.
So first time you rest, 250. If you rest again, can I not rest? Do I not have the money to rest? I do not have the money to rest. Well, that's kind of stinky. Well, let's see what we can do here. Why don't we head over towards this waypoint over here and see if we can't find something along the way. Ah, and we have some deer over here. Let's see what we got. Looks like axis deer. Beautiful. Gonna get down low. And gonna have to get in close here. Take our time. Now those are a level 3, which does mean I need to use my smaller 350 grain arrows. Don't run away. So he is alert, so I'm gonna lay down here. There's a mule deer over here as well. Okay. Get up on this tree over here. So with the bow, you cannot shoot from laying down unless you get certain perks. I think it's called bow mastery. However, crossbows you can use from a lay down position. Alright, they are about 50 to 70 out now. They are calm. Bit of a far shot to take. That one is 40 to 60. Let's get into this bush here, see if we can't attract some of them with our axis deer call. That is a perfect shot right there. No, I did not do that right. Ah, shot left. but we might have still gotten a kill. Let's find out. Non-vital. Let's go lures, Axis Scream. Let's put that under R3. Now, from what I've heard, this is one of the harder maps to hunt, simply because it is quite
Mind which way your scent is traveling. Unless your goal is to scare everyone away, you stinky human, you. A high wind can carry
I did
your scent
forget
for hundreds
about
of
that.
meters,
I forgot to
but
put
only
my
in a
scent
narrow
spray on.
band. It's the low winds that will scatter your scent broadly into the surrounding area.
Might have a puma over here shortly. Yeah, I don't think I got the kill, and I don't think I'm going to. Those animals are going to be long gone. Yeah, very low bleed. He's probably going to run for miles before he dies. Unfortunate, but it does happen. Hey, Stray Kid. It's good to see you on here. Let's go for that puma, just for the fun of it. So I'm doing a bow only challenge from a fresh start. I used a gun just long enough to get some arrows for one of the base bows. Comes free with the game. At least with the maps, I should say. Should be right up here. And there it is. That is a level 5. I need to switch to my other arrows.
Raise them, rehabilitated them,
Once I get a second bow,
I bet we have more pumas per
make it
kilometer in
easier,
this reserve
and
than anywhere else in the Americas.
has a headshot,
They
not
have
great.
a simple philosophy, one which I have applied to my business dealings. Respect the puma respects you. But disrespect the puma once,
Let's
you
see.
get no second chance.
Lead rate very low. We did get some hunting pressure. That means it dropped, and it dropped close. First successful puma kill of my career. Let's go. Let's see, where did it disappear to? Okay, it's still going this way. Perfect, blood splatter here. We got some tracks here, some blood splatter here. Shouldn't have gotten too much further with that kill. We know we killed it. There we go. Loop back around on us a little bit. Come on. This was that one there. Not wait till we get a little bit better tracking. Let's see. Here. Guessing this way. Dang it. I know I killed it. I got that bow hunting pressure there. So like I said, the nice thing about bow hunting is it does generate less pressure, and especially with combined with a blind. Did he just die in the bushes over here? Maybe this is it. Okay. So we got another track over here. That's the same track. That's the same track. Can you double back this way? Bloodhound would definitely make this job a heck of a lot easier, but also makes bow hunting a lot easier because they tend to scare off the animals. Let's see. So checked out that way. Do we climb? We can't climb the trees, can we? Try dead straight ahead for now. There we go, maybe. Not seeing any blood splatters. Maybe up here. Blood splatter. Sweet. Back on the trail. Nope. That's a different one, maybe? That's the access deer. That's the deer I tried to kill. So let's go back this way. Back to Mr. Puma. Over here. Perfect. That's the blood spatter I wanted. Nope, that's where I shot him. I think we lost this trail, guys. I am sorry to tell you that. That puma was a beauty, too. Let's try this one more time, see if we just got flipped around up there. So we went that way. What if he continued this way? Aha. That tricky little bugger doubled back on us. Blood splatter. Tracks. Man, that guy could run for having died pretty quickly. Covered a lot of ground. Here. Nope, that's him walking. About here. That's him going the wrong way. So he was running this way. He hit that blood splatter, turned this way. There is feces there, over here. Perfect, more blood splatter. And over here, more blood splatter. I think we're getting close. We gotta be getting close. Let's see if we can spot him up here. Nope, not yet. This is one tricky little puma, I'll tell you what. See what that is. That is a puma resting zone. Nice. That'll be coming handy later on. And we found it. Awesome. Whew, that took a lot longer than it should have. See if we can get a better look at it. Get some of this grass trampled down. No. Alright, let's see. We did not hit a vital organ, so we didn't get a good amount of money there. It looks like a cheek shot. So I aimed a little high. I was hoping to hit center of chest there. But $682, it's not bad. That gives us enough money to head back to our travel point. Excuse me, guys. Alright, now we can go ahead and do our original plan, which was, first of all, we're going to need to, I think we're good with those arrows. We got the 540 grains equipped. We are going to set this to 0300 even. That should give us enough time to get over to our blind, get set up, get a couple of lures going, and perfect. So, next up, we need to head right to that point there. And there are some mule deer coming up. It's at about 150. I want to make sure I get my spray going here. Which number is it? 9. There we go. Make sure there's nothing sitting down there just yet. There are already.
People from the USA love to brag about how great their mule deer hunting is back home. But after they see the deer at Parque Fernando, they are not bragging anymore. World-class bucks and does are so abundant here. If we don't hunt them, they'll overpopulate and starve the other animals who graze here, because these boludos eat everything.
So we're going to want to take it nice and easy. Let's see. So if we look at our map, we can check that need zone is for red deer. So we have the right ammo for it. 03 to 06. It is currently 03, which means we should hopefully beat them to our blind. Which is right there. If we can get into that blind and get set up, we could potentially take out 2 or 3 if we get some good shots off. There's a mating call. I do have most of the DLCs unlocked. There's 2 or 3 I still need to get. Just haven't had the need to get them quite yet, since I still have a lot to explore in the game. I do plan on getting them eventually, and I might never 100% this game on all levels, but I do plan on showcasing each map eventually through my Twitch and my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube, HoloArc, same as here on Twitch. Don't have any videos of this game up. Most of my videos on there right now are ancient videos from when I was about 17, which was like 2011, 2012. So, not exactly good quality videos at the moment, but we should be fixing that shortly. I do have some old, like, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic games and such. Perfect. We are now in our blind. As you can see on the bottom right hand side, our visibility is a single line. That means we are hard to see. We do still make noise, so you do have to watch out for that. And we want our red deer mating call, which should be on our number. Blacktail mule. Never mind, we don't have a red deer, I don't think, right now. Red deer muntjac. Nope. Alright, so we are going to be sitting here patiently for a little while we wait for those deer to arrive. We're about 46 meters out from the center of the feed zone, or not the feed zone, but the resting zone here. It is currently 03:18. Deer should be arriving within the next about 10 in-game minutes or so. Once I finish this hunt, I am going to have to log off for today. This was kind of a test stream just to kind of get things started. If you're interested in watching the full video, it will be up on my YouTube channel tomorrow. which I will link in the description of my Twitch eventually. But again, YouTube, search for HoloArk and you will find me pretty quick. I might be able to track some mule deer over here. If I go ahead and get that one selected, which is my deer bleak collar. So let's go ahead and give that one a try. Now, they might not be coming to this need zone because there is a little bit of hunting pressure here. This need zone hasn't been deleted, but that hunting pressure might have kept them away. Hopefully this call will bring us something, though. Never hurts to try. It is 3:31 in the game. Let's give it another half hour. If that doesn't work, we'll go ahead and we will travel. Well, actually, if it doesn't work, I'll be ending the stream for today. So far today, we got 2 of the red deer. We also picked up that puma, which was decent. And we got ourselves set up to start. We did gain 1 level so far today already. Oh, here they come. We got a mule deer. Let's get good. That was a miss. Nobody saw that.
The winds here shift at a moment's notice, so you should always pay attention to which way the wind is blowing. Like Fernando once told me, he who spits in the wind gets what he deserves. Poetic, see?
Let's give that deer blade a try. Got a red deer resting right there, which means we should have some more. There's another beauty there. Perfect. We got a gorgeous buck. And it's resting right in front of us. Come on, pretty. Let's go for a nice little over the shoulder shot. These bows are incredibly hard to use. I figured I was aiming for the middle of the point. With this arrow, I need to be aiming higher up. As you can see, deer are very easy to spook. Yeah, this is why we are learning. I let it sit for a while. They should relax. Come back, possibly. You know what? Let's go for that mule deer. We'll take it nice and slow. We are at a good point on our scent. Apologize for any background noise. It is getting pretty windy today where I live. So we are very close. Step back into this tree just a bit. Get a little bit more coverage. Try that mating call again. He's right in those bushes somewhere. There he is. I don't think I hit him. Did I? I saw my arrow fleeing. I got him. I dropped him. Sweet. Perfect way to end that hunt. Let's go ahead and find these tracks here. It was right around here somewhere. It's hard to see. Did I drop him, or is that my old? Let's see. That might have been my old kill here from the puma, causing this pressure actually. Let's find out. So, deer was over here somewhere. I don't see my arrow. That was the red deer. That was the red deer. So every once in a while the tracks will bug out like this where they don't actually show up properly. So I'm going to go ahead and relog here for a second. And that'll spawn us not too far away. And hopefully now we can go ahead and find it. This game definitely still has a few bugs and kinks here and there. For the most part, it works pretty well. Alright, let's see about this. I think it is still bugged, unfortunately. So I came down from that blind right there. I got into these bushes right here. I shot directly into here. There's the red deer. Well guys, I think that's all for today. I don't think I'm finding that deer. Looks like the track system is a little bugged out right now. So for today, this will be all. Again, fairly short stream, as it will be most of the work days. Weekends will be when I can do a little bit of a longer stream. Again, check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/hollowwork. And the VOD from this should be posted tomorrow if you want to rewatch it and see the kills that I did get fairly early on. To be fair, 2 of those were with the rifle rather than a bow and arrow, just so I could get the money for the arrows I needed. But once again, thank you for watching, and you all have a great night.